Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level business English lesson. Today we're going to be learning vocabulary and grammar that will help you talk about ongoing and past workplace trends. Alright, so we've talked in the past about employee benefits, so see if you can remember what are some employee benefits, what examples can you think of, and try to think of as many as you can. All right, so some of the types of employee benefits, go ahead and match the words from the right-hand column to the left-hand column. And then once you've done that, see if you can explain each benefit in your own words. You can pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, so number one goes with letter D, parental leave. That's the time off that people have when they either have or adopt a child. Flexible hours means employees can choose the hours that they want to work. Private office, this means you have an office to yourself. You don't have to share with anyone. Gym membership, some companies give discounted gym memberships for their employees. Company car is a car that is owned by the company, but it's assigned to an employee for their use. Subsidized childcare. It's babysitting and daycare services for the children of employees where the company pays a portion of the cost. Annual bonus at the end of the year. Many companies will give a special bonus, either in cash or gifts or shares of the company stock. Sometimes it's tied to how well the company did in terms of profit. A pension plan, it's money that a person receives when they retire from a company. Employee discount could be receiving, being able to buy the company's own products or the products of other companies at a discounted price. And paid vacation is time off for which the employee is paid. Right, so now guess the benefit. Three people describe one of their benefits, so which benefits are they describing? Eve says, I get 16 weeks of paid time off, and my partner gets 6 weeks. Well, that's most likely parental leave. I can choose when I work, that would be flexible hours, and I will get a good amount of money each year after I retire, that would be a pension plan. Now think about employee benefits in your country and discuss the questions below. You can answer those in the comments if you would like. Which employee benefits are most common in your country? Are there any benefits which are uncommon? And which are the most popular? So now we're going to read an article titled Keeping Employees Happy about ways other than giving benefits to keep employees happy. So I'm going to read the introduction to the article, and what do you think that it's going to talk about? You can pause the video and read on your own, or you can follow along as I read. Keeping employees happy. In the past, people went to school or learned a skill in order to get a job, but times have changed and a person's goal isn't getting a job anymore. Instead, it's getting a job that makes them happy. So the question is, what makes an employee happy? A high salary used to be enough to make an employee happy, but nowadays employees want more than that. A large paycheck is no longer the most important thing. All right, so now you're going to match the headings to the paragraphs. Go ahead and try that on your own, and then you can restart when you're ready to check your answers. So employees want other people to know their name. They want to be told that they are doing a good job. They want rewards. They want promotions. They want thank you notes, parking spots, anything that shows that they are valuable to the company. So that would be they want to feel like they are valued. Employees want to believe in the goal of their company and see the results of their work. It's important for employees to think that they are making important decisions and doing something that matters. They want to do work that they feel is important. It's clear that people are happier when they have a life outside of work, flexible hours, paid time off, and the ability to work remotely are just some examples of ways that companies can make sure that their employees are happier and more productive. If people have a problem, they don't want to think about it at home. So that would be they want a healthy work-life balance. And number 4, almost every job requires some communication with other people, so the quality of these relationships is important. In fact, according to Harvard Business Review, close work relationships can increase happiness by 50%. They want good relationships with their colleagues. Great, now you can read the article again on your own and then answer the questions true or false. Pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So in the past, people didn't worry about finding a job that made them happy. That was true. Money is the most important thing these days. That's false. Employees want to feel important. That's true. And employees want to do less work. That is false. Employees think that it is important to care about their company's goals. That's true. It's a good thing to think about work problems at home. That's false. Most people don't have to talk to other people at work. That's false. And friendships at work can cause people to work less. That is false. All right, we're going to talk about collocations. Collocations are words that often come together. So you want to put the word in the box with the correct verbs to create collocations. And some words may be used with more than one verb. So here's an example. If people have a problem at work, so have a problem. So go ahead and try those on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. Right, so for do, you can do a job, do a favor, do business, do work, and do research. With get, you can get an opportunity, get a raise, or get a promotion. With have, you can have a problem or have lunch. With make, you can make improvements, make a difference, make an appointment, make progress, make a point, make money, make a profit, make a suggestion, or make a decision. And with take, you can take a look, take initiative, take a look at, take notes, take a rest, or take a chance. All right, now we're going to listen to the first part of Haruto, a manager of a tech company, describing a staff problem they experienced.
As you know, 2 years ago, our staff turnover rate was 30%, much above the national average of 10%. After asking our employees, we found that more than 50% of employees were unhappy with their work-life balance. In the last 2 years, we've made many changes to improve the work-life balance of our staff. As a result, this year our turnover rate was 15%. And our most recent staff survey shows that 90% of employees are happy with their work-life balance. Here's what we changed.
Right, so what was the problem this business faced? That was high staff turnover caused by employee unhappiness. How are things different now? Their staff turnover is a lot less, and the employees report being happier. And so what changes do you think they made? We're going to learn that in the second half. But before we listen, we'll take a look at a couple of vocabulary words. Mandatory means must be done, not optional. And on-call hours are time when an employee is outside of work but responsible for a problem that happens. So we'll listen to which solutions did they choose.
First, we introduced flexitime, or flexible working hours. Employees are no longer required to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Now staff members can choose the 8 hours that they work. We got rid of on-call hours, and we don't have meetings all the time anymore. All meetings must be between the hours of 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. As a result, managers have seen a 20% increase in work productivity. Second, we have given all employees 20 days off per year, and we made it mandatory to take those days off. Last year, almost 35% of employees didn't use all of their vacation days. Now, at the end of the year, we remind all our employees who still haven't used all of their vacation days. Our numbers show that employees have taken more vacation days than they used to take in past years, and employees seem happy with this change. Third, we've partnered with a group of local gyms to offer discounted gym memberships to employees. More than 50% of our staff have joined the gym. Some managers encourage their staff to go to the gym for a short break during the workday. They claim that this break gives employees more energy in the afternoons than they used to have.
All right, so the solutions were discounted gym memberships, not assigning on-call hours to staff, so they stopped doing this. He didn't mention anything about company cars, but he did mention mandatory days off and flexible working hours. All right, we'll listen again and we'll fill in the blanks as he goes along.
First, we introduced flexitime, or flexible working hours. Employees are no longer required to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Now staff members can choose the 8 hours that they work. We got rid of on-call hours, and we don't have meetings all the time anymore. All meetings must be between the hours of 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. As a result, managers have seen a 20% increase in work productivity. Second, we have given all employees 20 days off per year, and we made it mandatory to take those days off. Last year, almost 35% of employees didn't use all of their vacation days. Now, at the end of the year, we remind all our employees who still haven't used all of their vacation days. Our numbers show that employees have taken more vacation days than they used to take in past years, and employees seem happy with this change. Third, we've partnered with a group of local gyms to offer discounted gym memberships to employees. More than 50% of our staff have joined the gym. Some managers encourage their staff to go to the gym for a short break during the workday. They claim that this break gives employees more energy in the afternoons than they used to have.
All right, so now we're going to talk about used to and didn't used to. We use used to plus a verb to describe something that was true in the past but is not true now. I used to drive to work, but now I ride my bike. I used to feel really stressed at work, but now I feel relaxed. We can use didn't used to plus a verb to describe something that wasn't true in the past but is true now. I didn't used to exercise much, but now I do. I didn't used to be able to speak English very well, but now I can. We can also use any more and any longer with a negative verb form to talk about something that used to be true but isn't now. Any more and any longer usually come at the end of a clause. I don't go to the office anymore. I did before, but not now. We don't live in the city any longer. We did before, but not now. We can use still to talk about something that was true before and now. Still usually goes between the subject and the verb. I still work for the same company, before and now. I am still waiting for her to call me back, before and now. Now think about when you first joined your current company and now. How is it different and what is the same? She says, when I first joined this company, I used to want to make my boss happy, so I used to come to work early every day. Of course, I don't do that anymore. I still want her to like me, though, so I talk to her every morning when I arrive. I didn't used to do that. I used to be too shy. So these are some questions you can answer in the comments if you would like. What did you used to do when you first joined the company? What didn't you used to do? What is something that you still do? And what is something that you don't do anymore? With a couple of vocabulary words, motivation is the reason why somebody does something, and to motivate is the verb, meaning to make somebody want to do something. So in the comments, if you would, write down what you think would motivate each of these people to do their jobs: teacher, farmer, scientist, doctor, or lawyer. And now think about you and your job. What motivates you and what used to motivate you? And again, you can put your answers in the comments. You can use this short little paragraph as a guide. She says, when I was younger, money used to motivate me a lot. Now that I'm a bit older, though, I don't think money is so important anymore. Seeing people smile after I help them motivates me a lot now. Of course, I still think money is nice, though. So write a few sentences about what motivates you. You can use this as a guide. Remember to use used to or didn't used to, anymore, any longer, or and still. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, participate in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.